Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw coming at you once again. I want to talk about the San Antonio Spurs and Denver Nuggets that played Game 3 at San Antonio. And before I go further, hey, does anybody else think that Derrick White look a little bit like the dude that was the leader of the Golden Lords and Media Man? Without, I know his hair ain't golden and shit, but when I look at him, man, I just think he kind of favors him for some reason. But um, San Antonio, of course, with the seventh seed in this series. Denver is the second seed, and some people wondered whether or not Denver could pose a threat to the Golden State Warriors. And I've I have entertained the thought in my head to an extent, but in the past, but I just can't really. When I see the Denver Nuggets, right, I see a team like the 60-win Atlanta Hawks from the 2015 season, right? A great regular season team, but they get exposed in the playoffs. One of the things about the playoffs to me is that in the playoffs um you have to have a go-to guy, a consistent down the stretch go-to scorer. Um and basically you just have to have a leader. And I don't see that with the Nuggets. I see a collection of good players. Um I know Nikola Jokic was an all-star, but I just don't see that guy. You know what I'm saying? And not consistently. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is that guy? Is it Jokic? Is it Murray? You know what I'm saying? Um, you maybe even thinking maybe be somebody like Millsap. He's the one with the most playoff experience, but does he have the particular game necessary to uh, equate to that role? As a matter of fact, I think Millsap was on that 60-win Hawks team too, I think. But anyway, the Spurs were able to take a 2-1 series lead, okay, largely behind the efforts of Derrick White. Okay, Derrick White has been very effective against this Denver Nuggets defense. Okay, he's been doing an exceptional job filling in for the point guard. I think what was it? Is it DeJounte Murray that was injured towards ACL? I think before the season even started, and Derrick White just killed them. Had a career game last night. Scored 36 points, 26 in the first half. He looked like a prime Tony Parker out there. You know, just basically just Swiss cheese in the defense. I mean, just hitting big shot after big shot. And he basically carried that Spurs team on his back and positioned them to have a 2-1 series advantage. And one of the things that's most striking to me about this series is if you were to say to a person who did not follow basketball at all, if you were to ask them, well, who was the better offensive team during the regular season, they might be inquired to say the Spurs, right? You know, San Antonio is doing an awesome job playing against this Denver Nuggets team. Um, San Antonio should be up 3-0. They had a 19-point lead that they uh, that all but evaporated in game two. And I know there's some people still aren't sold on San Antonio to win this series. San Antonio could conceivably lose game four and then lose game five, maybe win game six and then lose game seven. That could still happen. Denver could still win the series, maybe 4-3 or something. It could happen. I predicted that the Spurs were going to win in five. And that could happen. San Antonio, next game's at home. They could win that, go up 3-1, and then seal the deal at Denver. That could happen. Um, San Antonio, to me, is a team that the thing that's on their side in this series, all right, in my opinion, is momentum. Okay. Uh, much better coaching. Greg Popovich is putting on a clinic coaching in this series. And if I haven't said it, experience. And another thing I gotta say about San Antonio, man, props to them for always developing talent. Okay, you see these other teams, not gonna name them names, Lakers, LeBron. They're always talking about, well, can this guy play with that guy? Can this guy play with this guy? Can such and such from this team come and join ranks with this guy and make them better? Spurs don't do that. Yeah, they traded for DeMar DeRozan, but that was to appease Kawhi Leonard. The Spurs are the kings of of conjuring. Well, not conjure. That's the right word. Developing homegrown talent. They're the kings of that. All right. And the Spurs are on the verge of winning this series. They need 2 more victories in the next 4 games. But can they do that? We'll see. Tell me what you guys think.